Coming up on Citrus TV News live at 6, we're live at Hendricks Chapel before tonight's university lecture.
Students across campuses are expressing their opinions after Tuesday's presidential election.
And there's a new scholarship available for some Syracuse University students.
Citrus TV News starts right now.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News live at 6. I'm Amico.
And I'm Jackie Prager. People on campus and across the country are speaking out after the election of Donald Trump.
And that's our top story tonight. People on campus are reacting to the election of Donald Trump. Students walking to class around 9 o'clock this morning were greeted by a spray-painted message on the quad sidewalk containing Trump's name and a profanity. DPS officers kept people away from the message, which stretched about 20 feet. Students also held a candlelight vigil to, quote, stand against hate outside Hendricks Chapel last night, and there will be another event at Hendricks tonight called Pussy Grabs Back. A new scholarship is coming to Syracuse University. It will be available for Air Force and Army ROTC cadets. Recipients will be chosen through a competitive application process. The scholarship was made possible through a gift from Paul Dottle and the Dottle Family Foundation. The University Lecture Series continues tonight at Hendricks Chapel. Citrus TV's Brendan Tierney joins us live with a preview. Brendan, what's going on?
Thanks, Alex and Jackie. I'm outside Hendricks Chapel, where James Corner will speak tonight, starting at 7:30. This is the third and final speaker in this semester's University Lecture Series. Corner is an architect and urban designer who's best known for creating the High Line in Manhattan and Seattle's waterfront. He's also known for creating London's Olympic Park and the Chicago's Navy Pier. Corner is also professor at the University of Pennsylvania School of Design. Now, this is the 16th year the lecture series has happened here at Syracuse University, which is aimed to bring world-renowned speakers to the university to share their experiences and perspectives. Earlier this semester, 3D design pioneer Pettis and Pulitzer Prize winning photographer Lindsay Addario spoke here at Hendricks. The speech tonight is free and open to the public. Alex and Jackie?
Well, thanks, Brendan. Do we know who's going to be speaking next this semester?
Yeah, we don't quite know who's speaking next semester yet. They will be announcing that coming up in the first few weeks of next semester, so definitely keep an eye out for that, guys.
All right, thank you, Brendan. Well, SU has several events planned to honor Veterans Day tomorrow. Events include a 5K run starting at 6:30 a.m., a Veterans Day ceremony at Hendricks Chapel, and a Military Appreciation Day at the Carrier Dome. The school was recently ranked the #1 private school for military veterans by Military Times.
18 members of the SU faculty will begin reviewing salaries for full-time faculty across the university. Each SU school and college is represented on the committee. The committee will collect data on the average salary for each school by rank and gender and will look at the average salary for underrepresented minorities. The findings will then be presented to the entire campus community. Students in SU's College of Visual and Performing Arts are exhibiting their work at one of the United Kingdom's leading art schools. Their work is being used in the show titled Fair Exchange at Leeds College of Art. The art show focuses on the value of art in education and runs until December 4th.
SU students will get the chance to see if they have what it takes to make it in the big leagues. The iSchool is hosting its annual MLB Challenge. Students will have the opportunity to tackle real-world problems in the sports tech industry and pitch their ideas to current MLB employees. The competition starts tonight, and tomorrow the winners will be crowned. The winning team will then travel to New York City and pitch their ideas to more MLB employees. A Maxwell School research project has won an award from the International Association for Public Participation. The project, titled Clearing the Error, recognized the important role of patients have in reducing diagnostic errors by healthcare professionals. The project leader, Tina Nabachi, says 1 in every 10 diagnoses in America are delayed, missed, or wrong, and the project attempts to lessen that through patient education. And tomorrow is the last day to register for a virtual conference focused on accessible technology for the disabled. The conference is called Accessing Higher Ground, and all SU faculty, staff, and students are invited to attend. The conference will be held November 16th to the 18th and will be hosted in 2 locations on campus.
A former U.S. military sniper will speak on campus tonight to discuss the realities of post-traumatic stress disorder. Brian Adams will recount his time in Iraq, being wounded in Tikrit, and his struggle with mental health issues once he returned to civilian life. His presentation begins at 7 p.m. in the Hall of Languages. The Setner School of Music Chamber Ensembles will perform tonight in Setner Auditorium. The performance begins at 8 p.m. and will feature a string quartet and a piano quintet. Admission is free and open to the public. The concert will also be streamed online.
Leading political scientists and public policy experts will analyze the results of the presidential election in a panel discussion tomorrow afternoon. Topics include how the results compare to the polls, what changed since 2012, and how the change in political power may alter public policy. The discussion begins tomorrow at 4 p.m. in Maxwell Auditorium. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says that he, quote, will not allow a federal government that attacks immigrants in our state, end quote. Cuomo also said that the state will work on transportation, housing, and health care. The governor said that Bernie Sanders' popularity showed Americans' distrust of government. He spoke at the On Center today and announced a new 50-mile airstrip for unmanned aircrafts.
Developers want to build a 13-story apartment tower for Syracuse University students. This plan comes after the university criticized the original 17-story plan, saying the tower would be too tall for the neighborhood. The building will stand at the northwest corner of East Adams Street and University Avenue if approved by the city. The plan includes 630 bedrooms and a 3-level parking garage. Parents are speaking out about a letter delivered to students by a Liverpool high school teacher. Miriam Reading, who teaches English, adapted a speech from a Huffington Post article. The speech talks about supporting the election's outcome. It also mentions that bigotry will not be tolerated at the school. Some students and parents called the speech unprofessional.
Police are investigating 2 instances of vandalism in western New York. A baseball dugout at Island Park in Westville was marked with a large swastika and the words, "Make America White Again." At Canisius College, a black baby doll was also found hung by a noose in an elevator in a freshman dorm. And police are also investigating 2 cases of burned LGBT rainbow flags. The first incident occurred around 5:00 p.m. on Election Day, and the second incident happened sometime yesterday. The owner of the first flag is calling the incident a hate crime and does not plan on hanging another flag. Police are treating both cases as arson investigations. Similar incidences have been reported online across the country since Tuesday.
Onondaga Community College plans to offer free tuition to certain students. The OCC Advantage program is aimed to help families who cannot afford college. Students have to have a 2.0 GPA, a good attendance record, and participate in community service to be eligible. The program is for students in Solvay and East Syracuse School District graduating in 2020. Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, President-elect Donald Trump sat down with President Obama today after protests about the election results in major American cities last night.
2 Canadian men are facing charges for beating a Maryland man to death outside of a Toronto club. All that and more when we come back.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take. In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Protests are erupting across the country after the election of Donald Trump. People with signs declaring "Not my president" flooded streets from New England to the West Coast.
Fires were started in California cities and anti-Trump profanity was sprayed on buildings. Los Angeles City News Service reported that 13 people were arrested by police in riot gear.
President Barack Obama and President-elect Trump met at the White House today. Obama called the meeting excellent.
Trump said he looked forward to dealing with Obama in the future. First Lady Michelle Obama met with Melania Trump, while Vice President Joe Biden met with Vice President-elect Mike Pence afterwards.
Trump also planned to meet with House Speaker Paul Ryan and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. President-elect Donald Trump has begun his transition into the White House by reaching out to America's closest allies. Trump spoke with British Prime Minister Theresa May, who congratulated him on his victory, while Trump invited her to the U.S. for a visit, quote, as soon as possible.
Trump and May want to strengthen American and British trade relations as Brexit begins taking place. Trump has promised to make strengthening the relationship between the two allies a top priority.
Former Illinois Representative Aaron Schock is being indicted by a federal grand jury. The ex-congressman vacated his seat last year amidst a 19-month investigation into a spending scandal.
He has been charged with 24 counts, including 9 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of theft of government funds. The legislator allegedly reported, profited from real estate deals and remodeled his office to look like a room from the show Downton Abbey.
Schock commented saying he never intentionally did anything wrong and believes the federal justice system is, quote, broken.
Law enforcement and city officials in Cincinnati are preparing for reaction to a verdict in the murder trial of a white police officer. The jury is deliberating in its second day in the murder trial of Ray Tensing, who is charged with killing Sam DuBose, a black man at a traffic stop in mid-2015.
2 private elementary schools have closed as officials prepare for the verdict. The spokeswoman for the public school system says they are, quote, in constant communication with the authorities.
South Africa's President Jacob Zuma remains in office today after he defeated a no-confidence vote. This is the 3rd time Zuma has faced such a vote in less than a year.
Critics say Zuma is involved in criminal activity within the government. Opposition parties have made several attempts to remove Zuma from his office, but all have failed.
The no-confidence vote fell through today because Zuma's party called on his parliament members to back the president.
Police have arrested and charged 2 Toronto men with second-degree murder after a man was beaten to death. Kenneth Amaragbe and Kamari Folks were accused of kicking Julian Jones outside a club in Toronto.
Baltimore native Jones died en route to a hospital. Police are still looking for a 3rd suspect who has been seen on video.
We got off to an extremely cold start this morning with temperatures close to freezing when you woke up. But bright, clear skies brought temperatures all the way up into the mid-50s. Is the cold weather sticking around for the weekend, and when will snow arrive? I'll have your answer coming up in your exclusive Citrus TV 5-day forecast.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Campus. Galat Malamed is in the studio, filling in for Brendan Tierney. Galat, what type of weather can we expect as we close out the week?
Yeah, it was a pretty mild day all across the country, actually. No 40s, a lot of 50s in the northeast and 50s in the Mountain West, and really nice down south in the Midwest, 60s and 70s over there. Right now, it's 52 degrees, high of 57, and 12-mile-per-hour winds. Waking up tomorrow, 8 a.m. It's going to be rainy and 46 degrees, so not too nice in the morning. Going to have high winds at 19 miles per hour. Game day forecast tomorrow. SU men's basketball kicks off the season. 45 degrees at 9 a.m. and that temperature is going to drop. And by tip-off at 7 p.m., it's going to be 38 degrees and feel like 32, so real cold. These are your winds for tomorrow. It's going to be close to 20-mile-per-hour winds here in Syracuse and real windy across central New York. Temperatures across the area, low 50s and high 40s. Rome the coldest at 46 and Elmira down at 51. 5-day forecast tomorrow, 47 degrees is the high, low of 30. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, good news, sunny. The nicest day there is going to be Monday with a high of 54 and Tuesday high of 55. So real nice heading into next week.
Great, well, really looking forward to that. So what can we see looking into tonight for those of us who might be going out?
Yeah, it's actually not going to be too cold tonight. It's going to be in the high 40s for most of the night, no precipitation. So just a light jacket, nothing too heavy, and you should be good.
Great, well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
A surgery in Switzerland may have astonishing results in the medical field. Neurosurgeons were able to operate on a monkey who lost his ability to walk after a tear in his spinal cord. After placing electrodes in the monkey's brain and hooking them up to a special device, the monkey was able to walk after a few days. The researchers say there isn't a way for this to work in humans just yet, but they say a device like this could be implemented in coming years. And a study found that eye injuries are surprisingly common in youth sports. Researchers from Johns Hopkins University found that about 30,000 young athletes a year suffered from eye injuries. Basketball was the leading cause of those injuries. Soccer and cycling also accounted for many injuries, especially in girls.
Volvo is recalling nearly 75,000 cars and SUVs over seatbelt problems. The recall covers S60, S90, V60, XC60, and XC90 models from 2016 and 2017. Volvo says the buckle stud can come loose and the buckle could separate from a bracket, which could fail to hold the front passenger in a crash. Volvo says dealers will begin offering replacements at no cost to owners starting December 12th. And Donald Trump might have won the presidency, but his clothing line will stay out of Macy's. The department store dropped Trump's clothing line last year after he referred to Mexican immigrants as rapists and criminals. Macy's has no plans to restore the line even after Trump's presidential victory. CEO Terry Lundgren also said that they would not carry a Hillary Clinton pantsuit line because they are not a political company.
Well, Alex, that's why I only shop at Kohl's. Coming up, it's a big week for SU basketball. I'll have all your sports on the Hill, plus hockey. Don't go anywhere.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Hi, I'm Chris Venzen. For 7 months, the Syracuse basketball team has honed its skill against one another in practice. Grad transfer Andrew White says he came to Syracuse for this very reason, the opportunity to compete against the best of the best.
One of my favorite things about being here is no role is safe here, no spot is safe. And from the day I got here, I was looking Ty's battle face to face every day. And you got a young, talented guy, brings a lot of energy. So I knew that I would need to match that. So now, where in the years past, if I was playing a lot, I knew what my situation would be. But now, I ask and expect the best of myself every day in practice, just because I know I have another good player face against me every day. So I'm trying to go at Tyus every day because he plays my position. He's really talented, and I think he's picked up that concept throughout the course of the preseason. So I think if you look 1 through 10, everybody has that mindset, is to attack and go at the guy guarding you. So I'm talking about Ty specifically, but I think that's what's going to make our team great throughout the course of the year. Is there's no gimmies in practice.
The Orange's first chance to compete against another team comes Friday at 7 when Colgate visits the Carrier Dome. And sticking with basketball, another day has passed without a commit from a basketball player in the Syracuse class of 2017. Five-star center Nick Richard had Syracuse in his top 3 schools, but today Richards announced he will play ball at the University of Kentucky next season. Still on the Hill, SU forward Tyler Lydon made the Naismith Player of the Year preseason watch list. Tyler Lydon is one of the 10 sophomores to be recognized. Last year, the forward averaged 10 points and 6 rebounds per game while hitting 40% of his three-point shots. The last Syracuse player to be featured on the Naismith list was C.J. Fair in 2013. And it wasn't smooth sailing for the Syracuse football team in Death Valley last weekend, but the Orange has a chance to right the ship Saturday at 12:30 against NC State. The ship, however, will likely be without its offensive captain in quarterback Eric Dungy. The sophomore quarterback is hurt, but head coach Dino Babers thinks college football Saturday is too unpredictable to wave the white flag just yet.
I think all 3 of our last 3 games are winnable. Okay, the reason why I say that is because of who we're playing and where we're playing them at. Okay, we want to take those games one at a time, but obviously this is a key game. I think that a lot of people thought that Wake Forest was a key game. Obviously that didn't go our way, and we had no chance versus Virginia Tech, and it did go our way. So I think when you try to lock in what's a W and what's an L, I think that's not fair, especially when it comes to the game of football. Because as we all know, one team can run out there and 4 plays later, when a very special individual goes down, the whole team can change. So don't get locked in on that part. I think we've got 2 out of our next 3 games at home. Anytime you're playing at home, you have a huge advantage, and we've got to make sure that advantage is true by filling that place up and making it very difficult for the other teams to communicate from an offensive standpoint when we're playing here at home in Syracuse.
In hockey, the Islanders play the first of 2 road games this week when New York travels to Tampa Bay. The Lightning beat the Isles 6-1 just a little over a week ago. The puck drops in Amalie Arena tonight at 7:30. This evening, Thursday Night Football continues in Baltimore when the Browns take on the Ravens. Since Joe Flacco became the starting quarterback in 2008, Baltimore has only lost to Cleveland twice. At 0-9, Cleveland is fighting to avoid the 5th winless season in NFL history. And guys, going back to SU basketball, Syracuse ranks 13th in the country in experience. They have a lot of players coming back that played meaningful minutes last year. It's looking like a promising season early on, just before tip-off's about to kick off this year.
It's going to be an exciting season for sure, but the first couple games look to be fairly easy games for the Orange. When are we going to actually see a competitive game?
Well, November 29th, Syracuse travels to Wisconsin for the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Wisconsin's one of the best defensive teams in the country. They have been for the past couple of years, and it looks like that'll be their first true match where we'll see, can Syracuse really compete with the best teams in the country?
It's going to be good to see.
Yeah.
Excited. Well, thanks so much. And stay with us. Citrus TV will be right back.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Well, we have Gilad back with us. So tell us, are we going to see any snow before Thanksgiving?
Probably not. Definitely not a significant amount of snow because we're going to have a lot of mid-40s next week, and we're going to have some low 30s overnight, so maybe you'll get a rain-snow mix in the nighttime, but nothing too significant.
I remember my freshman year it snowed on Halloween, so that is good to hear.
Thanks so much.
On this day in 1969, Sesame Street made its broadcast debut. The show went on to become the most widely viewed children's program in the world. Sesame Street was intended to be educational and entertaining for children.
Popular characters include Elmo, Grover, Cookie Monster, and today over 8 million people tune into the show each week in the United States.
Jackie, who's your favorite Sesame Street character?
I like Elmo. I don't know. I
like
just like the
Elmo
Tickle Me
too.
Elmo. He's funny.
I gotta go with Cookie Monster, to be honest. I mean, I relate to him on a personal level, you know? I love cookies. That's all the news for now. Thank you for joining us this evening.
You can follow Citrus TV News on all social media and check us out at citrustv.com for more news. I'm Jackie Prager.
And I'm Amico. Have a great night, Syracuse.